Alrighty. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Welcome to all our new friends. Thank you to all of our old friends who've been with us all this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, thank you for your patience. You know, this year has been a lot. We did Route 66 this year, and actually today's campground review is one of those campground reviews on Route 66. So you'll want to be looking out for this as you're doing your planning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And at the end, we'll make an announcement about what else you want to be looking out for when you're doing your planning for Route 66. So, why do we do these? Why do we do these campground reviews? What do you think?
Oh, I didn't know there was a pop quiz.
Yes, there's a pop quiz.
Well, I think we do them to help us remember.
That is for
sure. But we do also like to do them so that we have a big rig. We have a large toy hauler, grand design, momentum. It's about 44 feet.
Yeah.
And when we were first, I think, researching campgrounds, trying to find the big rig friendly ones, we didn't always find a lot of resources.
No. And some of the ones that we found, well, first of all, they weren't consistent in terms of how people might evaluate the campground. And then also, some people would give you a little bit on this campground review or a little bit on that because their thing wasn't about the campground review, it was about something else, and then they added in a little bit of the campground review. So it was really important for us to sort of minimize the surprises.
Surprise!
Yeah, and so we put this together so that we could, we put this channel together so that we could give anybody that, and it's not even just for big rigs, this could be for anybody.
I mean, because the focus is the big rig. And to your point, trying to be kind of a comprehensive review.
Yeah. Consistent and comprehensive.
So that you kind of really know what to expect as you're coming in, as you're leaving, and everything in between.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And when you go to our channel, you'll find, because we've done a number of these, you'll find we have playlists, and the playlists are by state. And so any campground that we've been in whatever state it is, you can go to those and find whatever campground you're looking for in any given state that we've been in already. So, and we will have a specific Route 66 playlist. So that's going to be exciting. Yep, so today we're talking about the westmost end of Route 66. We actually started our Route 66 on the west and headed east. So this is Bonelli Bluffs, and it is what's considered East Los Angeles. It's just right at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, and I have San Dimas here. Was it actually in San Dimas, the campground? Do you remember?
Was it actually? You mean the address?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, actually in San Dimas. So what's really interesting about this, we'll talk about it a little bit more, is just the location of this, right? You're on the West Coast and you're very close to Los Angeles. So the time of year that we were there in February. This would be considered the shoulder season, typically, except for there was a holiday in there.
Yes, we had President's Day, wasn't it?
Yes, and when we pulled in on President's Day, that campground was jam-packed. We didn't pull on President's Day, but we pulled in on that weekend.
On that weekend, I think we came in on Saturday and the holiday was Monday.
Oh my God, the campground was jam-packed. Yeah. So, in terms of RV Trip Wizard, is there anything you can think of that you might want to share about that in terms of how we got to this park?
No, nothing in specific other than, we do use the RV Trip Wizard. We've been using that from the beginning. And it just really helps in planning. So, we were looking to do Route 66 this year, like you said. So we wanted to be as close as we could be to Santa Monica, which, like you said, is where the route starts. And really, we when you start looking for big rig friendly,
especially close to LA.
Yeah, close to LA.
Good luck with that.
There weren't a lot of options.
No.
But I had seen some reviews about Bonelli Bluff, so I knew, you know, it was pretty much a big rig friendly park. So it wasn't, you know, wasn't like there were a lot of choices there.
No.
So it, you know, but it worked out.
Yeah, there really aren't. I mean, that's because that there's not a ton of, you know, it's not that there's not options for camping. There are. It's just for big rig friendly. For big rigs like ours, there's just not a ton of them, you know. And so this is what we found. Now, you said you saw reviews. Were these reviews or YouTube videos or Facebook?
Well, I mean, I think we did both, right?
Okay.
I mean, I think I always start with reviews. There's a couple of Facebook groups, you know, that I'm in for like big rig best bets and big rig friendly campgrounds, and there's a couple of them that I will go look for campgrounds, and then, you know, once we've kind of narrowed it down or maybe know which one we're going to go to, or we'll try to find videos, just so we can try to again understand what we're getting into, because we haven't been there yet. And that's where we kind of run into the not so consistent, you know, review type of thing. All right, so access and road issues. So this was right off of was it off of the 10? I can't even remember now. Yeah, I have to look it up.
We were coming out of San Diego, so we were coming out of
You'll see on the entrance video kind of what freeway we came in on. And I can certainly look it up, but yeah, I think it's the 10, but
yeah, I can't remember now. This was 117 years ago.
Oh, so yeah, because we're always behind.
Always behind. And we're super behind.
Yeah, we're super behind.
Yeah.
So we are trying to remember. That's, again, why we do the videos.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I'll double check, but I think we were coming in off of 10.
Yeah. So that part wasn't the worst, and we were coming through there at a time of day that wasn't that bad. When we got off the exit, you know, getting off the exit wasn't that bad. Getting to the park wasn't that bad. It was once we got into the park, there was a weird check-in hut thing.
Yeah,
we've never seen anything like that.
You'll see that on the video.
Yeah.
We hadn't experienced, I don't think, anything quite like that.
Yeah.
Certainly, we've come into places where there's a check-in.
A hut,
you know,
for sure.
And we do have to kind of clear that. But this one was a little weird because it had a curve to it.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of curve to the right, and then curve to the left to come back out.
Yeah. Not big rig friendly.
So that wasn't probably, you know, the best for a big rig. But, you know, we got through that unscathed.
Left the roof on the little hut.
Right.
And so the next thing is navigating into the park. So we're still talking about access and road issues here. So once we got into the park, and they gave very good instructions from the people at the hut gave good instructions. It is tight coming into this park.
It's tight, and it's one way.
It's a one-way loop in the area that we were in first, because we were in two different areas, but that first area was a one-way loop.
Well, even the other loop was one. I mean, it's really a one-way into that park. I don't remember there being options to go bi-directional even in the second spot. It's really kind of a one-way kind of park, which, I mean, it has to be.
It has to be.
Because again, in the entrance video, and even as you see, you'll see the video here as we go to the spot, there's only one lane. It's really only enough space for one lane. So it really kind of has to be one way.
Yeah. proceeding through there pretty slowly, because if you miss your spot, you're going to have to loop all the way around. And even just that loop on the day that you did it, since it was a President's Day weekend, you know, you got all kinds of people there, and, you know, RVs and everything. It's just a tight situation. So I think we covered that. The next thing is hookups. So full hookups, and so there was no problem with having full hookups, water, power, and sewer. We did have a bit of an issue with water pressure here. There was a little bit of an issue with water pressure, and it was kind of funny too, kind of backing in that first spot. I didn't have any pictures of this, but and I just noticed my note here. When we were backing in, it was like it was a show. There were all these people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
People came zooming up on their like e-bikes and scooters.
I didn't know about all that because I was trying to park.
Yeah, we're trying to park.
But you're outside trying to help direct
and manage the crowd.
Hey, let's have some crowd control. Come on, get these people back.
What the heck? And I know people like to come, look, see, park, blah, blah. You know, our rig felt sort of massive in this park. I don't know why it was. It wasn't like there weren't other big rigs here. You'll see some photos later on. There were big rigs here, but when we came in, it just kind of felt like a thing. I don't know what that was.
I think where we were, there weren't any big rigs there
in
yet.
In that area where we were.
A couple of big ones next to us, but they just weren't there perhaps yet.
Yeah.
Because some people were coming in across from us, and they had bumper pulls. They weren't like really, really big ones. So, it felt we had a presence on arrival.
It was crazy. Super crazy. I mean, even this one guy rolls up. He's like, "Oh, I'll park your truck for you," and I was like, I won't say what I thought, but I was like, thank you. I think we'll take this from here. Thank you for your offer.
So it was tight. A little tight. The spot itself wasn't that tight.
Yeah.
But
it was just not a lot of space.
The road was narrow.
Yeah.
So, and you were right across from spots.
Yeah.
So if the people across from you were there and had the truck and their trailer there, it just didn't leave a lot of room for me to maneuver.
No, was not. Yeah, so back onto I just saw my note there, so sorry about that. So back onto the full hookup thing. There was an issue with the water pressure. We did talk to our neighbor about it. I don't remember if we called the office about it. And we didn't really find out what the deal was with it, but I did have a note here that we did have water pressure issues. Site pads, so we're looking at the length, the width, whether it's gravel, whether it's asphalt. We were in an asphalt spot, and the path through the park, I think, was gravel. We had grass on both sides of that first spot. The first spot, I think, was B155, and the second spot was B190. So B155 had a big grassy area around it, which was very nice. We'd never been in a spot like that before. There seemed to be an issue with leveling, because there was not only us, we were up on blocks, but there was another Class A that I caught a photo of. They were like really jacked up in the air. I don't know what the deal was with that, but we did have our blocks. We used them there.
Yeah, I think the spots had a downward slope, if I recall. So I think we saw a couple where they were really high in the air. It looked like
it looked crazy.
We might even, I don't know.
I did. I caught a photo, of course.
But yeah, I think there was that, and I'm trying to remember. I thought the whole park was paved, but you're thinking the road, or the one-way road around was not. Like we'll see it in the pictures.
Yeah, we'll see it in the photos.
We'll see it in the footage too.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to. We should probably review the footage before we start the video.
Well, as you can see, we're in a different location today, so we are not ready to review the video. It's a travel day.
We didn't actually plan. Which video we were going to record.
And I just looked at those photos, but I was thinking it was like, I don't know. Anyway, you'll see it. And so the first spot we pulled into decent width, we'd say West Coast ample on that first spot, and again that whole back area that we had behind us was really lovely.
Because the spot was very long. We can easily park the truck in front of the RV.
Yeah.
And then we had, like you're saying, good space on either side.
Yeah. So our first spot, B155, was bigger than B190 in terms of its width and its length, and we were in two different spots because we extended our stay. Yeah. And we were trying to remember why we did that.
Remember why we did that. We really got to get a little Get a little
Make a
more
note.
timely with our, either make better notes or get a little more timely with our video recording.
Yeah, I try to make those notes.
We can't remember exactly why we extended, but anyway, we did. So we ended up moving.
Yeah. Wi-Fi and cell service is the next bit here.
And were you going to say anything else about the spot we moved to? Because it was a pull-through.
Yeah, oh right. So the second spot was a pull-through.
But it was shorter.
It was shorter and it was more narrow, so we were closer to our neighbors in that second spot. But we did have a lovely mountain view from that second spot.
Yeah, we had a great mountain view. I don't remember being closer to our neighbors necessarily. Maybe we were. But the big thing was we couldn't park the truck by the RV. We had to park over by like the laundry area. Yes. So that was a walk. Every time we wanted to go somewhere, needed to go somewhere, get anything out of the truck for any reason, we had to walk over.
Didn't love that.
To where we were parked. And that wasn't our favorite setup.
No, it was not. But we were trying to extend for whatever reason it was, and so
for some mystery reason.
Some mystery reason why we wanted to extend.
It's a mystery, is what it is.
What was really nice though is after the President's Day weekend, that park cleared out, and it was really nice during the week.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. And which is, that's the case with a lot of these things, a lot of these places. The next area is Wi-Fi and cell service. Verizon was the stronger carrier, but it was patchy. I don't remember if we had Starlink up there though. I usually try to write this stuff down, but
I feel like we did.
Yeah.
But I
can't remember. Yeah. The next thing is laundry and shower facilities. Yes, they had laundry and they had shower facilities. The laundry, we'll have a photo of that or a video of that here. Actually, the laundry room was quite nice. And this is again where we had to park our truck. They did have parking out in front of it. It was right across the street from the office. And so we were towards the front of the park, which was kind of nice. The laundry was credit card, and didn't have to use an app, which was nice. Other park amenities.
Yeah, it had a swimming pool.
They had a pool. Yep. They had a play area like swing sets and whatnot. They had Lake Pudding Stone, which was bass, catfish, bluegill.
Well, you talking about the reservoir?
Or
the lake?
It was. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
And this was a view of that.
We did have a beautiful view of this. And this was and where this lake was, Lake Puddingstone, was in the Frank G. Bonelli Regional Park. And so that was right next to, which could kind of get a little confusing when you're trying to come in, because you actually could come in through the park to get into this RV park, but you would have to pay to do that if you were going to go through that park.
Well, that was one of those things we had learned from another
video. Yes.
There are two ways to come into that park. It's actually good you bring that up, because there are two ways to come in, and I feel like if you come in on the other way, I don't know if you'd have to pay, because you are going to the RV park, so I'm not sure they would charge you.
It's not like you're going to camp in that regional park.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I recall, that other way was a lot longer. It might have even had some trickier traversing, I guess. Yeah. So the way we came in was the optimal way, especially for something our size.
Yeah. They had hiking and mountain biking trails. Lots of nice birds. I've been listening to the birds in all the places that we've been. And I don't remember hearing any road noise there. Do you remember? I don't think it was that far from the freeway, but I don't remember hearing.
Yeah, I don't really remember hearing road noise.
We're not hypersensitive to that, and we've been in some areas where we're like right off the road.
Yeah, but we've been in places where noise, whether it's road noise or plane noise or train noise,
whatever,
is more noticeable. But I don't recall any of that.
I don't either. Yeah. So the next category is mail and package delivery. As you know, we're full time. And so mail and package delivery is very important to us. We're not talking about USPS letter mail. We have that delivered to our home base email and our home base mail box in San Diego, and then we have things shipped to us. So things like FedEx, UPS, Amazon, we need to make sure that we can have these things shipped to our site. If you are curious about how we get mail on the road, I will attach that video here. Yes. Because we did do a video about that. The next thing is...
but we did use, as far as mail, we did use the Amazon locker.
We did use the Amazon locker, that's right.
They did have... See, this is what I don't remember now. Did we had packages delivered to the campground?
We did.
But we also used the Amazon locker.
We also used the
and
Amazon locker.
Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes certain things can't be delivered. I can't remember why we used one over the other.
I don't either.
But
Not for this one, yeah.
We did try both.
We did, yeah.
We didn't have any issues with it. The Amazon locker, the closest one was just over in San Dimas.
Yeah.
So it was easy to get over there.
And wasn't it inside of a Ross or something like that?
Inside of a Ross.
Yeah.
So it was easy. It was very easy to just run over there and pick up stuff. But you could also get stuff delivered at the campground.
Yeah. The only thing about being delivered to this one in San Dimas is you have to go the hours that Ross is open, right? Because some Amazon lockers are external to businesses, and so you don't have to be going over there when the business is open.
Yeah, because it was inside. It wasn't on the outside.
No, it was inside
the building. It was on the inside.
Yeah. So thank you for that point. I forgot about that. Yeah, the next thing is the pet friendly bit, and there were lots of trees and grassy areas, and Charlie really enjoyed that. He did. I don't remember there being a dog park area though. Do you remember that? Like a specific dog park? There might have been. We didn't use it.
We so rarely use the dog
Very
parks.
rarely. Yes.
I mean, we try to share it, in the video in case somebody else is interested in looking for that.
Yeah, but we don't use those.
Very, very rarely, because honestly, Charlie
he could care less.
Really care less about dog parks and other dogs.
He gets in there. You take him off the leash, he sniffs around the perimeter, and he's over it.
Yeah.
It's like we're done here.
So there might have been one there. I don't recall, but we just usually walk him around the campground.
Yeah.
And in this case, there was grass.
Yeah.
Lots of things for him to sniff. So I think
he really liked that.
I don't remember if there were trash cans.
There were trash cans. Yeah. Yes, there were trash cans, and they had dumpsters. Like enclosed area dumpsters that had, like like cinder block, I guess, and then you could come in from two different openings, and then on the outside of some of those they had dog cans with the bags. Yeah, so that was nice. Park management, rules, security, all that kind of stuff. They had a really nice big office for check-in, and there was restrooms in there, and there was a little store in there also. Yeah, some retail in there. You could buy propane at this facility.
Which I did.
Yeah. Was this the one where we went on the other side and saw the people that kind of maybe lived there longer term? That was that park, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, this was a really big park.
This is a big
park. We drove
park.
around that entire park, and there was a section, I forget, I think all these sections had letters to them, I don't recall, but so there was a section that looked like it
residents.
had maybe more residents,
Yeah.
although when we first pulled our first spot, the guy next to us,
He was a resident.
I forget his name, but
nice guy.
he real nice guy. He had been there
20 some odd years.
20 or 30 years.
It might have been 30, yeah.
It was a long time, and he was, I think it is I don't know.
His original spot, yeah.
Original spot looked like the original RV.
Bless his heart. Well, and a part of what happens in these parks is if they change over management or whatever, they try to move the residents to one area. So the area that I was talking about, I think they had moved some of the residents over there, but this guy was like an OG. He's like, I'm not moving. I like my spot.
Yeah, he was and I think he was to that point.
Yeah.
They had a change in management or ownership.
Yeah.
And they did try to
They grandfathered
people in, so he didn't have to move.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you could have moved his RV. And the truck that he had sitting in front,
there was no moving that either.
I mean, it had flat tires.
Yeah.
It hadn't probably been anywhere in who knows how long. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, but super nice guy. But they had a couple of those people, I think, kind of sprinkled in. But I think the bigger group of residents, I guess, were in
was in this other area. Yeah, very big park. Very big park. Yeah, I don't remember noticing anything about security, but we didn't have any concerns about that. And we, there's, I guess people that drive around on golf carts or whatnot.
Yeah, they had security on, in a truck or whatever. Because even that guy that came by when we were moving
was he security?
I think he was part of security.
Oh, okay.
But I think they did have a security kind of detail posted around.
Yeah.
They didn't have, they didn't have like a gate or anything like that.
Other than that crazy check-in thing. That check-in hut. All right, so nearby attractions. So like we said, this is very near to very near to Los Angeles. How many miles would you say we were from Los Angeles? Maybe 20 miles?
I don't know how many
30?
miles, because miles don't really matter in Los Angeles.
They really don't.
It's drive time.
It's really drive time.
and
That is
so-
the absolute truth. Don't get it twisted. If you have never been to Southern California, someone will say, "Oh, it's a mile away." That could take you 3 hours.
Right. Exactly. So I think we were about with just normal traffic about 45 minutes to Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
But
All
we were
right.
probably less miles. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, we might have been
Yeah.
15, 16, 20 miles,
Yeah.
but about a 45, 50-minute drive.
Easily. Yeah. Yeah. So Los Angeles, near enough. You're not even that far from Orange County, which includes Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, all the things. And then, of course, a nearby attraction would be the end. We're going to call it the end, but it was the start for us. The end of Route 66, which was Santa Monica. You were near the San Gabriel Mountains, just being there in that area and being in San Dimas. So that was very lovely. Can you think of any other nearby attractions?
No, I mean, it's really kind of like you said, all the things that Los Angeles has to offer.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
And I mean, even if you wanted to drive from south to San Diego, it can be done in a couple of hours. So,
yeah.
you could do a lot in Southern California if you were planning to spend some time there.
Yeah, and something I would recommend if you wanted to drive into Los Angeles and jump on the train and take the Amtrak down into San Diego and then spend the day and
That'd be even a
then
better idea.
that's a lovely idea because then you're not a hostage in all that traffic and you've got that beautiful coastal train ride down to San Diego. You get out, you can walk around the downtown area. If you got a hotel, you can get a hotel or Airbnb or a B&B. Little Italy. We're from San Diego, so we can just kind of tell you all the things. If you ever want to know about San Diego, drop us a
And the train
comment.
station in Los Angeles is a nice train station.
It's lovely.
I don't know if there's other stops closer to where we were, but we're familiar with the Los Angeles train station.
Yeah.
We used to take it from
Yeah.
San Diego up to LA. So
You mean like if you can catch the metro into?
yeah. I'm not sure what other
You
stops.
could. You might be able to do that.
able to do that.
Yeah, catch the metro from farther out, like closer to San Dimas,
and then take it
and take it into
then get
Los
on the
Angeles, and
Amtrak
then
to get down to San Diego.
San Diego. That would be a lovely thing.
So
to
yeah,
do.
I mean, so there's lots in the area.
Yeah.
Just depends on how long you want to be there and what you're interested in doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't know if we did this campground review. I think we did. Didn't we do the Featherly Park? Did we do that one already? I will put a link to it if we've done that one already, but that's a campground that's actually in Orange County. So if you do want to get closer to Orange County, so spend some time in LA and then get closer to Orange County and be close to like 15 or 20 minutes from Disneyland and then closer to San Diego, that's another one. So we'll put a link there if we've done that one. If we have not, stay tuned, please subscribe and you'll see when it comes out. All right, the next bit is grocery stores and Instacart and that kind of thing. You're basically in an urban area, so there was no issue. We were basically in the suburbs of San Dimas.
So there was, I mean, even San Dimas, we went over. I don't know. We did Instacart, didn't we?
We did, and I have yes, sir. Yeah,
because
so we did
The
Instacart.
grocery
Yeah,
store wasn't that far away.
it wasn't that far.
And nothing was really that far away because, like you
No.
said, it was urban enough
Yeah,
where you really are in the city, so
yeah,
you got pretty much everything.
yeah. And San Dimas is a lovely, lovely suburb of the greater Los Angeles
Yeah, it
area.
really is.
I had never spent any time there before, and it was really very, very lovely. The next thing is supplies, gas station, hardware stores, Camping World, that kind of thing. There was a Chevron right as you come off the freeway. They had diesel and DEF there, and that's just outside of the RV park. And because you're in an urban area, you're going to find hardware stores and that kind of stuff. So no issues with that.
Yeah.
Special moments. We had a few special moments at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truck service. I don't know if that's really special.
We had the truck service.
But we did have the truck service.
Which service was that?
It was a big one.
Oh, was
It was like a 45,000 mile service. It was a big one. But we had a nice, I found out about brush trucks.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of a special moment.
That's a special moment.
So
I didn't have that written
You
down,
didn't
by the
have that
way.
written
No,
down?
I did not.
So, maybe not so special to everyone else, but
Yeah.
it's kind of special to me.
Yeah, no,
It's always
hey.
nice to find places to get the truck serviced,
Always.
and then 4 dealerships,
Yes.
and then to find out about Rush Truck Centers.
Which is
They're nationwide, and they service big trucks.
Yeah.
So I actually had gone over there for another reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So what else did you have?
Outstanding in the field. And that was our final Outstanding in the Field. So Outstanding in the Field is basically an outdoor pop-up dinner, and we have been going to these for like, what, how many years?
7 years or so.
7 years. Like every year, that would be kind of a treat that we would do to go to Outstanding in the Field. And we've been to, I don't know, Palm Springs, Big Sur, this one that was San Diego
Phoenix.
on the pier, Phoenix. We'll put a link to it. We've been to a bunch of these, and the prices just kept getting higher
really
and
nuts.
higher. Yes, and the concept of a pop-up dinner,
300 of your closest friends.
Yeah, well, yeah, these could be big events. Yeah, we've done one in Phoenix too. So we've done a number of these, and the concept of a pop-up dinner is not as novel as it used to be. I mean, a lot of people do pop-ups now, and they're not anywhere near as expensive as these.
Farm to table.
Farm to table. Farm to table is not a new idea anymore.
So I think with the cost of the dinners, and honestly, there's been a couple that we've been a little disappointed in.
That Phoenix one was a bust.
And they don't give you any money back.
Well,
we did get money back out of one.
So the Phoenix, the one we did in Phoenix, and I forget what campground we were in.
That was a surprise. We didn't ask for the money back.
No, we didn't ask for the money back. We just gave them some feedback. We're like, hey, we're OGs. We've been around. We've done 7 or 8 of these, and this one was different from all the other ones that we've been to in these ways. We just gave them some feedback. Here's what worked. Here's the things that didn't work. Yeah, and they're like, here's your money back, and we're like, boom, we'll go to LA now.
Yeah, so we did one more.
Yeah, we did one more.
But that certainly was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
That was very nice. They stand by.
Oh, they do. They're good people, and it's a great event. If you've never gone, look at some of the photos. I'll put a link to this. It's pretty spectacular.
Never done it.
Definitely a special treat, a special,
maybe a special occasion.
Occasion type of thing. It is really quite
and if
something. If you're a foodie,
because they get
top
notch
chefs.
Award.
Yep. There's always a winer, vintner there, and there's always a brewery there. Yes, and
it's a nice event.
Yeah.
It's just we've done it a lot. So we're just looking for different types of things.
Yes.
But definitely, if you've never done it, definitely worthwhile.
Definitely worth it. Yeah. And I would say that we would be looking for, since we're always kind of in different places and different cities, different states. I'd be still looking for a pop-up dinner, just not this one. I'd be looking for something different. Yeah. We also got a chance to go visit Mama since we were heading south and east, kind of through Palm Springs and whatnot. We went by and popped by. I grew up between Disneyland and Osprey Farm, and so we rolled through so we could pop by and say hi to Mama for a minute. Always like to pop in and see how she's doing. And then we, clearly we kicked off our Route 66, and so that was a big deal. And we had lunch at Mel's Diner. That was kind of our start of our diner food along Route 66. That got old after a while too, by the way. But every now and then you want to stop and have a little bit of diner nostalgia. We are here at the famous Mel's Diner on Route 66. On Route 66.
Because we found a couple of really good ones.
We sure did, and we'll tell you all about them.
We'll tell you about those in upcoming videos. But we found some good ones.
We really did.
They had some really good food.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then the last special moment thing here is we did a Let's Roam in San Dimas, and so that was very cool. We went to a museum there. It was funny because we were doing the Let's Roam, and they're like, what is this place? This place that we were standing at called the Walker's House was part of the Let's Roam. And we'll put a link to that video too, because Let's Roam is a city scavenger hunt. It's a great way for us to get into a city, get to know the city, learn about the city, learn about the history about the city. Yeah. And so we're standing here in front of this Walker House, and we're like, is that a restaurant in there? And we just happened to be hungry. So so we stopped there, and we were
wrapping up the Let's Roam around kind of dinner
time,
and we got to this. I think it was it the last stop?
I think it was the last stop.
It might have been the last stop, and we were kind of like, Well,
perfect timing.
Yeah,
Let's
perfect
have
timing,
dinner.
and it turned out to be a fantastic Italian
Fantastic.
food restaurant.
Shout out to Vincenzo's at the Walker House. It was very delicious. Yes, yes. All right, we are here at the top 3, bottom 3 for this campground. What do you say about the top 3?
Well, I definitely say location because,
Yeah.
again, it is a great jumping off point for all the things, Los Angeles and the surroundings has to offer.
Yes,
Definitely
absolutely.
good location.
Yep, yep.
And I don't remember what else we have on the list that I need to keep my eyes on
Of
the road.
course, she needs to keep her eyes on the road. Yeah. So there were in spaces around the park. There were some wider spaces, so West Coast ample-sized spots, which we did appreciate. The views. Oh my goodness, the view of those San Gabriel Mountains, the view of that reservoir.
Yeah.
Lovely, very lovely. And then also you said it had a nice feel to it at the campground.
Yeah, because you are really, like we've already stated, you really are in, even though it's a suburb, you're in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
And so to find a green space
Yeah.
like that you really don't feel like you're in the city.
Yeah.
You really feel like you're in a nice camp setting.
Yeah.
Was
It's very unique.
surprising.
Yeah.
Surprising and unique for in a city,
Yeah.
I think, in our experience. So so it just had a nice camp feel.
Yeah, very nice camp feel. The bottom 3, we have. What do you remember from the bottom 3?
That it is tight.
Yes.
The road, that kind of one-way road that goes around the campground.
Yeah.
Was tight because and I don't know if I said this, but when we were first there trying to get parked, I had to circle I think twice, just because I needed to get myself resituated to back into the spot.
Yeah.
And trying to just make that circle to come back around
It was so crowded.
was even nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It's already bad enough you're trying to back into a tight spot.
Yeah.
But now just to get back around to get myself situated to back in is also kind of something. So it was rather tight just for a large RV.
Yeah. Yeah. The second thing we have here is it can be crowded. Now, like I said, during the week it clears out because there's a lot of weekend warriors that just jam that place on the weekend.
Yeah.
So on the weekends it can be crowded. During the week it is lovely there. Yeah.
And again, we were there shoulder season. I can't
Imagine the summer.
What it would be like in the summer when kids are out of school.
No.
I would imagine it would be a lot crowded and a lot more crowded.
A lot more crowded, yeah. We did not love the check-in hut. That was annoying. Did not love that at all.
On the chicken.
No, and we met some folks here. Remember those ladies that we met, Mary and Rhonda and Verna? Yeah, that group. Yeah. So shout out to them. That was really nice to spend some time and chat with them. I'm going to give a shout out to Trejo Donuts. I will put a picture of my photo that I took. So this is Danny Trejo, and she was in. What was
He's
her
an actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
He might have been in Breaking Bad.
I thought he was in Breaking Bad, yeah. And he has a donut shop, this like pink little building, and we stopped there, and those donuts were delicious. So I'm going to give a shout out to that. And so, what do you think about that?
And we did see John
at Outstanding in the Field. That's right. We yes. Shout out to John. Outstanding in the Field.
Yeah.
That was an enjoyable time. He came up from San Diego and met us at that event, and that was very, very nice. Yes. That was a very good time. We walked through the city trying to find dessert. The whole event kind of came apart because it started to rain.
Yes.
And they were hustling, trying to get people under.
This is an outside pop-up.
And we were like in a row of trees
They don't have usually awnings or any kind of umbrellas or anything.
No.
So when it started to rain, and it was a pretty good rain.
It was very
We said we're out of here.
We're out of here. Yeah, we're out of here.
We left. And it was right around. Was it right at dessert?
It was right before dessert, so we just went on the hunt, walking through the city, trying to find a place to sit down and have another cup of coffee and just visit and just have dessert, someplace else. But when that event came apart, they were hustling, trying to get people under they had some sort of pop-up tarp thing, but we're like, what a mess. But the weather does what it does. And the other thing that was interesting is it was at Waddle's Farm, and that's a farm that's like right there, kind of in Los Angeles.
Right in Los Angeles.
Which is very unique to have a farm right there in the middle. I forget what maybe herbs, vegetables, that kind of thing.
I don't remember, but that was very unique to have a farm.
Yeah.
Have a farm
right in the middle of the city.
to be able
Yeah,
to accommodate an event like this.
very much so. Yeah. All right, so Bonelli Bluffs, East Los Angeles, in the San Dimas area. Are we going to give this a thumbs up, a sideways thumb, or a thumbs down? Well, there are two areas here that were concerning: access and road issues and the full hookups with that water pressure. So I would say this is a sideways
Yeah,
thumb.
I would say sideways. Sideways.
We're giving this a sideways thumb, and Charlie's going to give it a paw up because he did enjoy it.
Yes.
He just wants you to know he's back there. Well, he's not sleeping, but I don't know if you can see him back there, but he's back there. So one final thing we're going to say before we head on out here and do the whole final wrap up is we're actually putting an ebook together, which is pretty exciting, about all of our Route 66 travel and recommendations and planning and all the things, because we learned a lot going from west to east at the time of year that we went, and we'll talk all about that in the ebook. So please like, subscribe. When we get the ebook done, we'll do a brief video just to announce it, and it'll be available on our website, and you'll also have links to it in all the Route 66 videos and our ongoing videos from here on out. So just know that that is coming. So thank you for watching. Thank you.
Merch.
Oh, that's right. We've got our merch. Yes, I'm going to put the QR code up for that, so you can go over to our Bonfire merch store. You know, the shirts that sell the most is that Jacks Up and Maps Out. That is just your call to your vacation. It's the call to your adventure, and people really like that one. So go ahead and check that out at our merch link here. Anything else before we wrap up?
I think that's it.
That's it.
So it's the Bonelli Bluffs.
Bonelli Bluffs.
And I guess
I think that's it.
We were thanking everyone.
Yeah, we're thanking everybody.
Comments if you've
Yes.
been here.
Oh, yes. Please leave a comment if you've been here. Even if you haven't been here and you're interested in it. We just had a comment the other day from someone that was planning to go back to some place that we had done a review of when we were in Bishop, California. She was like, I've been there before, but I had no idea all these things were around, things to do. I'm excited about going back. So same idea here. If you got a comment, drop us a comment. If you're new to our channel, just reach out and introduce yourselves. Leave us a comment on the video.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here. Like, subscribe, share, and we will see you at the next stop. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
Wow.